Welcome to Trade Finder, the series where I take a look at the NBA standings of the 2015-2016 season and see what struggling teams may need some trades to be done in order to benefit them now and in the future. Today, we're going to be looking at the Phoenix Suns, who are currently on an 8-game losing streak, 12-24 record-wise, but most importantly, they lost a key piece in Eric Bledsoe, who probably tore his meniscus because he was carrying that team. This year, the 8th and 7th spot look to be wide open in the West for any team to take, but unfortunately, a lot of teams, like the Pelicans and the Phoenix Suns, are underperforming due to injury. So with the recent injury of Eric Bledsoe, I decided why not have this episode out today. Seems like a perfect time, kind of late on it, because I had to do some amazing trades that you'll see in a few seconds. I did 3 trades, all revolving around Markieff Morris, who everyone knows wants out of Phoenix. Like usual, the most realistic trade in my opinion will be shown last. So with that said, let's show the first trade we have between the Phoenix Suns and the Charlotte Hornets. With this trade, the Phoenix Suns acquire Marvin Williams, Spencer Hawes, and Troy Daniels, while the Hornets receive Markieff Morris, John Lohr, and Corey Jefferson. Firstly, let's take a look at the benefits that the Phoenix Suns get from this offer. Marvin Williams' value is at an all-time high right now. He's outperforming himself. And that's probably because Al Jefferson is out for the Charlotte Hornets for quite some time now, and he's playing the power forward position, allowing the Hornets to stretch the floor. With him being only a 1-year contract, it's a great pickup for the Phoenix Suns, along with a backup position in Spencer Hawes, who could do the same thing. And most importantly, with Eric Bledsoe out, they get a key contributor, a 3-point specialist, in Troy Daniels, who's getting no run with the Hornets. And a change of scenery and playing time might do him some good, especially now that the guard position is really weak with Eric Bledsoe out of rotation. As for what benefits the Charlotte Hornets get from this trade, the Hornets are really outplaying themselves. They're doing far better than what anyone expected them to be, especially with Al Jefferson out like stated. Markieff can swing between positions and it could really be beneficial for them in the long run. Not only that, but they get John Lohr, who's been performing very well for the Phoenix Suns, the amount of playing time he's been getting, and Corey Jefferson just to fill out the bench, just like Troy Daniels was for them. Looking at the rotation now, and not saying that the rotation was bad before, but this looks like a complete team that will make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference, especially once Al Jefferson gets back. It's going to be nice to see this team. Now, if this trade doesn't work out, my last episode on Trade Finder, I did the Houston Rockets. I proposed a trade to the Phoenix Suns, allowing them to get a certain point guard that may help them out, and this is a similar trade in this episode with the Phoenix Suns and the Houston Rockets. The Phoenix Suns acquire Ty Lawson and Terrence Jones, while the Houston Rockets acquire Markieff Morris, Mirza Teletovic, and Ronnie Price. So taking a look at what the Phoenix Suns acquire from this trade, they get a starting power forward who's willing to play and doesn't complain about his role, along with throwing towels at the coach's face or getting upset that they traded away his twin brother. Personally, I feel like before Markieff Morris started complaining, they had around the same value to begin with. Not only that, but the Rockets also ship off Ty Lawson, who we all know has also been underperforming for the Houston Rockets. So maybe a change in scenery for both Markieff Morris and Ty Lawson can do him some good. And I really do like this trade for the Phoenix Suns of getting Terrence Jones and Ty Lawson on this team. Let's be honest, once Eric Bledsoe went down, the guard play for the Phoenix Suns immediately went at an all-time low. Ronnie Price was getting killed out there. Bryce Cotton as well getting killed in the limited minutes they both get. I'm not saying Ty Lawson is an excellent defender. He's no Eric Bledsoe, that's for sure. But at least he'll give them offense and a little bit more confidence coming off the bench. And now taking a look at the Houston Rockets' new rotation after the trade, they get Markieff Morris to start at power forward, who they once upon a time had his brother, Marcus Morris, and Mirza Teletovic to back up, along with Ronnie Price. Now, personally, I believe, although Ronnie Price wasn't really working out in Phoenix because of the multiple guard scenario they had going on, I feel like he could be the perfect backup with the Houston Rockets because he doesn't need the ball in his hand. He could be a pass-first point guard. He's a very average backup point guard, and I feel like the Rockets don't need an amazing point guard. They just need an average point guard, and Ronnie Price is the definition of average. So that's why I like this trade for both teams, because it helps them in certain ways, shapes, and form, along with getting a rotten player with bad habits off their team and placing them on another team that might change their scenery and attitude towards playing basketball. Now, the last trade, which is my favorite and the most realistic trade in my opinion, is between the Phoenix Suns and the Detroit Pistons. The Phoenix Suns acquire Ersan Ilyasova, along with Steve Blake, while the Detroit Pistons acquire Markieff Morris and Ronnie Price. It's really a win-win scenario for the Morris twins because they're finally reunited, and I'm pretty sure Markieff Morris is going to give 110% now that he's reunited with his long-lost brother. But let's take a look at the new rotation of the Phoenix Suns first. The new rotation focuses mainly on Eric Bledsoe's return next season because by getting Steve Blake, it's a better upgrade at the backup point guard position than Ronnie Price because the backup guards for the Phoenix Suns, they've been getting killed once Eric Bledsoe went out. Along with the cheaper version of Mirza Teletovic in Ersan Ilyasova, who they have under contract for 2 years. The Phoenix Suns now look like a complete team with this trade. Unfortunately, not a playoff contending team. Maybe if they could pick up the slack, they might be able to snag that 8th seed, but it's really, really doubtful considering Eric Bledsoe was the heart and soul of that team. So now taking a look at the Detroit Pistons' new rotation, they have Markieff and Marcus back in the starting rotation. It's like Phoenix 2.0, except for they actually have a dominant center, and they don't have never mind, they do have 2 point guards, but we'll probably find a Trade Finder episode for the Detroit Pistons in the future about Brandon Jennings. But hey, at least they don't have 2 point guards starting. That would definitely be Phoenix, and if you're Phoenix, you'll probably never make the 8th seed. But hey, at least the Pistons are in the East. And well, the Ronnie Price trade, we could really just overlook that because, well, he's Ronnie Price. But anyways, those are my 3 trades to help improve the Phoenix Suns. Be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Do you like these trades? Do you dislike these trades? Or any trades that you think would work for the Phoenix Suns to improve this season and along with next season? With that said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.